Hi everyone, happy new year. So we have some new tips here. These ones are from Vic Gel Plus, and I have an unboxing video coming up where you can see me unbox these, but we're going to be testing these out for the first time. So let's go ahead and grab this. I'm then going to be taking the Gel X Prep, and I'm going to be etching the bottom half of the extension because I don't feel like using my e-file. I don't want to kick up any dust. With that aside, I wanted to say Happy New Year because I know I've been gone for a while. Originally, I was supposed to take 1 week off, maybe 2, around December, and then next thing you know, it turned into a month, and now we're going halfway into January. So it's been 6 weeks since I have posted a video, but I'm back, and I hope you guys all had a wonderful holiday season. You're ready to kick off the new year because I am for sure. So I thought I would just bring that up while we're sitting here doing the boring part of etching the bottom half of the extension. And for those of you who may have had a tough holiday season, just know that I am thinking of you. Your feelings are valid and it's okay. You know, everyone thinks the holidays are supposed to be such a great time for everyone, but there are some people who that's not the case, and you are seen. So just to let you know that as well. But anyway, as we're coming up on the new year, I just wanted to say that we have grown over 20,000 of you in the past year, which is beyond my wildest dreams right now. So I've been trying to navigate how to pretty much scale this, how to integrate this into my life going forward. So that's what I've been doing this break. I've been working on a couple of projects, things I have been working on for years, and hopefully they'll come to fruition eventually. I just got to get my stuff together. But anyway, yeah, just wanted to say that I missed you guys and I'm glad to be back. It just feels good. So for this video, I will actually be skipping natural nail prep. If you're not sure how to do that, you should check out this video here. But once you're done prepping your natural nails, at this point, you would go in with a gel. If you want to use a peel off base gel, now would be the time to do so. However, if you want your extensions to last about 3+ weeks, I would recommend going with a normal base gel. I will be using the Yoga Zombie Peel Off Base Gel in this video. This is my first time using it, so I can't speak on the retention just yet. But once I get a good feel for it, I will come back to this video and leave a comment down below with my thoughts on the product. But I am going to apply a thin layer of this to my natural nails and then cure once I am done. So now let's start applying these extensions. I'm going to get started by using the Yoga Zombie Base Gel. And you guys already know that this is my favorite product to use when it comes to applying gel extensions. This product is nice and thick, but it cures really fast. So you want to make sure that your extension is lined up with your cuticle area nice and straight. You will notice that my pointer finger is a little crooked because I accidentally applied it crooked. Sometimes things happen, and once it's on, it's on. So I say all that to say, make sure that you're paying close attention and you have a clear view. If you're new to applying gel extensions, what I'm doing here is taking a little bit of glue, placing on the left side, the right side, and the bottom half, and then I'm going to line it up with my cuticle area and press down in a 45-degree angle. And once that gel hits the top of your natural nail, you're going to place your hand under a small lamp to flash cure. Now, if you're not familiar on what a flash cure is, basically it's when the gel hardens enough just to keep the gel in place while you work on the rest of your design, or in this case, apply the rest of your extensions. Now, keep in mind that a flash cure is not enough. You're still need to do a full cure in the appropriate wattage lamp because uncured gel can actually lead to lifelong allergies. So once you get that last finger on, you can flash cure in place, but then we're going to go ahead and cure in a higher wattage lamp for 60 seconds. So now I'm going to go ahead and seal my cuticles. I'm going to be using my e-file and my Pana 5-in-1 bit. I am only gently going from left to right because I've never used these extensions before. So the cuticle area is very thin and I don't want to overfile them. So that's why you see me at a really low speed, moving really slow. And plus I wanted to get the good angles for y'all. We're done sealing the cuticles, so now I'm going to do just a little bit of shaping and filing with my hand file because I want to clean up the edges just a tad. These extensions were shaped pretty well, so I didn't need to do too much. I just went around the edges and focused on getting that little extra piece off the top. That is always at the tip of extensions. To remove the dust, I am going to wash my hands this time instead of cleaning these extensions with alcohol because I haven't used them before and I wasn't sure if they were going to turn a cloudy white color like some gel extension brands like to do. And to remove the excess water, I recommend using a lint-free wipe or a paper towel just to prevent any lint from getting left behind on the extension so it doesn't get caught in your gel polish later on. To get my extensions ready for polish, I'm going to go in with the Yoga Zombie base gel. I like to alternate alternate between using a base gel and using a sanding band. It really depends on what I feel like doing on a particular day. So I decided to use base gel since we already had it out. And I'm just applying a thin layer of this, but before I cure, I'm going to be taking a small angled brush dipped in alcohol, going around my cuticle area to make sure I did not flood them or get any gel on the skin, and then I'm going to cure in my lamp. It's time to get started with the nail art, and of course we need a base color, so I decided to go with Sea Swingin' Sun from Nail Reserve LA. I wanted something that was close to my skin tone but had a slightly pinkier hue to it, and this was perfect for that. This polish isn't super thick. It's not like a syrup gel that I typically like to use, but it is very easy to apply and I really like the color. I'm going to start off with one thin layer, and then once I'm done with the first coat, I am going to cure. Then I'm going to go in with my second layer of this, and 2 coats was all I needed. You guys know that I like to build up either between 2 and 3 coats depending upon the length of my natural nails under the extensions, and I felt like 2 coats was more than enough. So I have these rhinestones I got at a local nail supply store, and it comes in this bag here. This is a size SS6. As you can see, I accidentally ripped the bag already, so I had to staple it to get it home safely. So what I'm going to do is cut it open and then put it in this container here so it does not fall everywhere, because the last thing I need is 1,400 rhinestones falling on my floor. To lay the rhinestones down, I'll be using this product here from Macart, but instead of squeezing it directly on my nail, I am going to put it on a palette and then take a dotting tool to put it on, just to have a bit more precision. The pattern I will be using is a zigzag pattern. I do this all the time, especially when I'm using longer length extensions. It's basically left, right, right. So I'm starting at the bottom of the nail, and then I'm working my way up to the top. And then I'm going to be taking the rhinestones you saw me pour into this container earlier, and I'm going to place them on top. There are a few things to keep in mind when applying rhinestones. First of all, they are going to slip and slide, so the best thing for you to do is going to be lay them down. I'm using a wax pen, and then as soon as you have them in place, go in and flash cure them so that they kind of freeze there and you can finish working on the rest of the nails. Another thing you have to keep in mind is making sure that if you're applying any rhinestones or charms, that they are not laying in a place that is going to be uncomfortable for you for as long as you keep the set on. So you'll notice on me personally that my pinky finger tends to cave in towards my ring finger. So I want to make sure that there are no 3D charms, rhinestones, etc. in that area, because if I place them there, it's going to scratch the skin of my ring finger, making it uncomfortable, and I'm going to want to snatch the set off. So to see if there are going to be any areas that might be uncomfortable, I like to place my hand outward. And then as I'm closing my hand, I'm going to let my fingers fall naturally. I'm not going to force them into a weird position. Just let them do their own thing. Then you're going to see if there are any areas where the nail of one finger might sit underneath the skin of another finger. For example, on me, you will notice that the nail of my pinky sits naturally underneath the skin of my ring finger. So I'm going to avoid putting anything in that area there. And that's what I would recommend you do as well. So for my pinky finger, instead of doing 4 rhinestones in a zigzag pattern, I'm only going to do 3. And I'm actually going to start further off to the right hand side, just so I skip that place where my finger lays a little weird, to make sure that this set is comfortable, because the last thing I want is to have a cute set and then have to take it off because of discomfort. All right, so I'm going to be taking some gold caviar beads. So at this point, you can either take gold or silver. They have rose gold, black, pewter, whatever color caviar beads you want to use. I'm going to be taking my rhinestone glue again, and then I'm going to place a dot of glue around the stone. So top, bottom, left, and right. So there will be 4 dots. It's very similar to my Christmas nail tutorial that I did maybe 2 years ago at this point. You can check that video out here, but it's basically creating the illusion of a bezel. So with these caviar beads, they are so tricky to work with. They're going to move around. It's just bound to happen. So the best thing you can do is lay them down, get them in place really quickly, and then flash cure. So before we wrap things up, we need to coat these caviar beads because we want them to keep their color. So I'm going to be using the Gen B Crazy Top Thick, and I'm just going to put a little dot of it on each caviar bead. And I'm also going to go around the caviar bead with a thin liner brush. This is going to help lock those caviar beads in so they last, as well as prevent them from losing their color. You can also use a builder gel for this step. Something like the IBD hard gel will also work. Last but certainly not least, I'm going to be taking the Yogo Zombie top gel, and I'm using this one because it is a thicker top gel and I want to add an additional layer of protection on top of those caviar beads to keep the color nice and gold for a while. I also covered up the rhinestones as well because I didn't feel like playing bumper cars and pivoting around the stones, so I just covered them up and call it a day. But this all boils down to personal preference. Now we're at our final cure, and here are what the nails look like all done. So I hope you enjoyed this quick and easy nail tutorial to kick the year off right, because I know a lot of us are trying to dive headfirst into our New Year's resolutions, and we don't want to spend all day on the nails unless that was one of your resolutions. But if you enjoyed this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up. Let me know how you feel in the comments down below. And of course, if you're not subscribed, make sure you do so on your way out. And I will see you in the next video.